Good afternoon. Welcome to Options Center. It's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. I wanted to put out an intraday video here because there is a chance that we have a change of character with the market versus bonds, or more specifically, rates. I have the TNX up on the board here. It's a 10-year Treasury rate. And before we jump into it, that's our main focus, but I'll go around the horn on SPY, QQQ, and IWM, just so we can get our perspective on why we think the top is in. So the SPY just barely made a new high, led by IWM, and very important, right where we are in all three of those lining up. So before we get going, if you are new here, go down to that bottom right-hand corner, hit that Options Tender logo, and please subscribe. Don't forget to like the video. That's the most important thing that I can ask from you to expand this channel and to get more information out. So let's get on to it. We have TNX on the daily time frame. You see we're breaking down below major support, former resistance. And the important thing about this, yeah, there may be some sort of positive divergences, but price is the arbiter, and we're breaking down from the wedge. That can be very, very bearish. And with that said, the important thing to compare it with is the market is up with TNX down, right? So that's what we're used to. That's what we're accustomed to. We had that big rally as TNX came down along with the dollar, but we want to focus on TNX. So now that TNX is dropping in what I believe that the market is topping, we may find ourselves in a correlated position. Now this is going to be completely negated if TNX positive divergence plays out and we get back above the 43.50 area. Okay, so super important. As of right now, if we get our reversal, when we get our reversal, we are now correlated with the market and TNX. That is very, very bad. That's very bad for the market. That's really calling the bluff that Jay Powell, he's got a speech coming up here at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And with that said, he keeps saying that they're available to continue raising rates. Well, the market's saying otherwise. It's saying you're gonna lower rates. You're gonna lower rates. That's what the market's saying. It's gonna force the Fed's hand. Remember, the Fed doesn't control the market. The market controls the Fed's moves. Okay, that's very important. And I think the rates dropping, and if you see the market dropping with rates, that's going to be a very, very bad situation. And that's going to lead me to believe that our bearish scenario, that we go much lower, is confirmed. So that's why it's so important for me to do this update here with that. All right, everything else is, I'm just going to show you, kind of leads to a possible reversal. Now, we've been saying that for quite some time, right? Well, it looks like all the markets are lining up in a bearish position. So now here goes SPY. We had this potential channel here. We're breaking above it. As of right now, just like I keep saying, we have a point here and a point here. We're not, we didn't have a reversal off of the channel top. So really, this is just going to be a pivot. I'm going to leave it there for now to see if we have some sort of midday reversal here, or end of day reversal, I should say. But it's just a pivot at this time. So it's not very important to me at this time unless we reverse and get a weekly doji off of it. Now we can consider that on the monthly. So we'll just leave that there for now, and we'll mess around with it later. But for now, we're above this channel. Some people might say we're breaking out. I don't think that's the case. What we did do is we made a new high here. Okay, we made a new high just like QQQ. I didn't think we would. We did, and I don't care if we do. Now, we still are in our put positions. We have a lot of them, and I do think we get our reversal. And so nothing's changed from the former videos. We're still looking for either the market to head down, get a bounce, and break down, or head down, find a higher low, and continue higher. I still think this high is good up top here. I do think with TNX dropping, a few videos ago, I talked about the curve, the yield curve inversion with the 2 and the 10. I'll place that up top or at the end of the video so you can see that. And with TNX dropping like it is, that's going to normalize the curve, the rate curve. So that's super, super important to know, because that's going to be a sign of our recession starting. And with that said, that would make us, we have a lower high as of right now. We have a high and a lower high. Now we're starting off fresh. Let me show you what the Elliott wave would look like now. Okay, we're not looking at wave 3s or anything like that yet. Now we have to move price action over here. This is not an ABC. This is an impulse wave. So we don't need any of those. And what we're doing now that we have this B, we have to move all this over. So what we're looking at is in my opinion, an A, 3-wave move up for A, B, a complex B correction, and then the C, impulse wave to make a slight new high there. And now we're looking for a wave 1 somewhere. Down low, I think we'll test the lows. Have a wave 2 up with those. We'll put those ABCs in place when we need to. And then we head down to wave 3. All right, so that's our primary pathway as of right now. And so the alternative still exists. This ending diagonal that I thought we'd have, this I don't think can play out, because we had our 5 waves up. I don't think this can play out now. So our alternative, this is this situation, except it's not an ending diagonal. We got our 5-wave move up to make a new high, just by a few pennies, but we did it. So this is done. All right. So this now combines the two situations into our alternate, into our primary. And so now the only one that lasts on there, and I'll have to change this a little bit, is 1, 2, and we get a large 3. As a matter of fact, I don't even think this 3 is long enough. We're going to have an impulse wave 3, just a massive move to the upside, 4 and a 5. So I just, again, with the normalizing of the yield curve, recession on site, not sure we can get so super bullish on this and make new all-time highs. There's not really a mid situation out there anymore. It's really just super bullish or super bearish, in my opinion. All right. With that said, we're gonna head to the lower time frame so I can check out all the other aspects. I'm not gonna go the daily and everything. I don't want this to be too long. So we have our divergences. I do believe this is a 1, wave 1, just like we thought before, or an A, but now we confirm it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 wave move up. QQQ is a little bit different, but we have divergences on all of these. We really, really need a pullback, and I think we're going to get that pullback going into next week. Even Powell coming up here in a few minutes, we're about 23 minutes away, could give us a big reversal signal on the weekly time frame and on the daily here. All right, so with that said, we've been looking at this forever. I didn't think we'd make that new move up. Doesn't matter what I think, but let's go to QQQ, see what it's doing. I believe it started its descent already. And so it already made its highs for an impulse wave. We had a impulse wave down. That's why it was so strong. We got our pullback here to the 50% retracement. So I'm going to consider this a wave 1, a wave 2 pullback, and we should be starting wave 3 to the downside now. And this is a very, very probable situation. Okay, now IWM. This is what we talked about last week leading into Monday. I thought this was going to play out on Monday going into Tuesday. It didn't. It took all week to consolidate and build pressure to make this move. Now, I think some people are going to call this a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think that's the scenario. I think this is an A. We got an impulse wave up here for an A. We got the B. And we had a 1, 2, 1, 2 setup here for wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. All right, so I think that's how it plays out, and we're right into the 62% retracement. We called that on the IWM video, and I'll put the card up there as well. We had the timing wrong. Yes, timing matters. We got that wrong, but we got right into our targets, so we now are more confident in this being the reversal area, the 62% retracement. It was also the 100% extension from wave A down to B, where A equals C. So we knew that was a really good zone, and we finally got to it. So we're short IWM, we're short SPY, we're short QQQ. The Q's leading the way. That's really, really all I want to show you. Now the VIX, we have to show that because the VIX is actually turning up while the market's up. We're getting that nice little bounce here. We have a couple pennies left in this gap down low, so maybe we actually come down here to finish off the day, closing the gap. And I believe VIX futures were even, they're at 0, neutral for the day, and even positive at one point. So it's pushing up off of you see this wedge, this falling wedge, pushing off the bottom with more divergence, and we're expecting this to break out pretty soon here. Today, Monday, Tuesday, it doesn't matter. It's going to break out soon here. That's what we're looking for. And yeah, I think our probability is at the top is in. We thought so yesterday. We thought the high was good. It was for the Qs. It is for the Qs so far. But I think SPY top is in now. And now that the Qs made a new high, SPY made a new high, IWM, the weakest, finally made its, not the weakest today, but the weakest in general overall, made its nice retracement. I think our stars are aligned here for a much more bearish scenario to start heading much, much lower. Otherwise, this market has the potential to just accelerate to the upside. And in the IWM's case, if we do count this as a 5-wave move, remember our alternate scenario for IWM, where we have a bigger correction. We have our A, if that's a 5-wave move, B, or it doesn't matter if it's 5 waves or not, but that would be a zigzag if it was 5, and we can still count this as an ABC for an A. B wave down, where we get the correction just like the rest of the market. And then we have a very sharp move to the upside, just like the market would. If this is going to be really, really strong, I think the rest of the market is going to make a higher low and make most likely new all-time highs. I don't think that there's any other scenario than the big bear one or the big bull one. Nothing in between. Not a triangle sideways. Not all that stuff. We're either going all-time highs or we're going much, much lower. All right, so thanks for joining us here at Options Center. We will make another video tomorrow. It'll be much more in depth on the higher time frames and give you a little bit more information on why we're so bearish. But remember, you're a trader. You trade both sides.